Hello everyone, thanks so much for coming along tonight. So before I get started, I want you to imagine that we're in a community where over 60 different cultures make up a vibrant group of people. That's actually not that hard because looking around there's some really diverse people here. Now, we've been working with quite a few of these individuals for months now. And while they're amazing people, they've never really felt like they belong and have faced significant prejudice in their new homes in Western Sydney. But today is different. Because today we're painting a mural stories high that these same people have helped co-design. We're painting it alongside hundreds of community members as we collectively bring this vision to life. As their paintbrushes soar, so too does their confidence and their sense of community. We ask them to write the names of people that inspire them most. Some people write their mothers, brothers, idols, and some people write their own name because it's this process that reminds them that they are inspirational. So what's at the heart of Welcome Walls? At the heart of Welcome Walls, we empower individuals and move communities to become agents of social change, for positive social change in solving the global refugee crisis. We do this through the co-design of large-scale public art that is inclusive and combats racism and social exclusion. So here we are tonight on October 23rd, it's Monday. And right now there's 65 million people who are displaced due to war, famine, persecution and environmental disaster. That's 65 million people searching the world for peace, for equality and belonging. In Australia, we're incredibly fortunate to offer this kind of society to our global community, and yet still racism is rampant. 1 in 3 people will face racism or prejudice in their lifetime, and we hear of increasing reports of racial abuse and violence in public space. Here in Western Sydney, we are one of the most culturally diverse and colourful communities in Australia, and yet when we look outside to our streets, to our public spaces and to our cities, they're crying out for public art that meaningfully engages us, that inspires us, that speaks to our spirits and our aspirations. Now, while there are a number of countries out there trying to build walls, here tonight in this room, we believe that painting walls is the most progressive and beneficial and positive solution to a global crisis and has the potential to ripple worldwide. Welcome Walls is a collective dream turned into a reality through the collaboration of a number of amazing organisations, artists, activists and individuals. Welcome Walls helps to build inclusive and vibrant urban spaces that welcome refugees and migrants to our communities, celebrating our diversity through the co-design of large-scale, powerful and inspiring public art. Our process involves bringing together diverse cross-sections of communities with artists from refugee and migrant backgrounds to co-design, refine, conceptualise and produce large-scale public art in public space. And we believe art should be accessible for all, and that's why we choose a public forum. We also paint these walls in schools with whom we've partnered, and we've found that this is an incredibly powerful way to combat racism and social exclusion. So both our process and the final product of Welcome Walls delivers on high impact on an individual level and a community scale. The murals that we co-create literally transform spaces from ordinary to extraordinary. There's 2, in fact, in Hunter Street that you can see in Parramatta's centre. They become a source of community pride and enjoyment. They interrupt the everyday with messages of unity and love. And they help us to start meaningful conversations and challenge our prejudices. Studies show that Welcome Walls, projects like Welcome Walls, are highly effective in strengthening our social networks and cohesion, increasing mental well-being, increasing our sense of belonging and our productivity. Welcome Walls provides an entirely new model for civic engagement that encourages individuals to take a hold of their environment and make tangible impact through creativity. And this encourages them to engage with serious, complex social issues and become agents of social change in doing so. Now, in 2017, we launched Welcome Walls in a collaborative effort. We created 3 large-scale walls, worked with over 150 community members and artists, and reached crowds of over 60,000 people. Through surveys, we found that 75% agreed that we had succeeded in creating a more inclusive community through combating racism and social exclusion. But we know we can do better, and we need your help to amplify our impact. Tonight, we want you to be a part of Welcome Walls 2018, and there's a number of ways you can do that. Right here, right now, first and foremost, you have some tokens. We would love you to put them in the Welcome Walls initiative box. With this funds, we'll create at least two large-scale murals, and one of which will be transformed into an augmented reality narrative, the first of its kind in Western Sydney. And this week, share our crowdfunding campaign with your networks would be greatly appreciative. And in March 2018, come along and be a part of this movement. Help us paint these murals. The world is changing dramatically, and the refugee crisis isn't just about refugees, it's about all of us building a future together. We know that social change requires creativity, and if we are to create a better future for ourselves, for all people, for young people, we must imagine it first. Welcome Walls calls upon your imagination, it calls upon